Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gamble with simplertrading.com, and in tonight's free video, I wanted to run a couple ideas by you for some trades in ROKU. One of them is going to be a very short-term outlook, and this is just the play into tomorrow off of the 15-minute squeeze. Now, depending on how tomorrow opens, you don't want to run blindly into this if everything is just falling apart, but if it's anything like we saw today, where at least this stock was able to close the day down just 50 cents, and I would say that's relatively stable given what the rest of the market saw. But if you see more of that stability, I'm looking at this histogram that is rising inside this signal that might suggest a directional move. So I am trying to get ROKU kind of back up into this area for tomorrow. One way that, a lot of traders may be familiar with playing that is through a put credit spread, but I think doing them through unbalanced flies also has merit. This type of a strategy will be much more forgiving if we do open sideways, and what you're really focused on is the idea, or the crux of the trade, is being short those $230 puts. You're doing it in a way where if it trades sideways, you're long the 235, so that would benefit you, and if the entire thing does just explode higher, the transaction is done for a credit, and that allows you to have no upside risk. So I like that trade into tomorrow. And then another one I wanted to price out, or at least consider for the December expiration, is a move back up into this 255 high. Now we may exceed it. The management of this will kind of depend on how the underlying moves. But what you're looking at doing is just taking that 255. I use that value because 255 is an available strike price, and it just targets the old high, which I think is where ROKU is going to be headed, and giving it 36 days to get up there seems like a decent window of time. So I would just look at this 255 and then buy. I usually like looking at least the 4 strikes to start, because the wider you can make your butterfly, the higher the probability of success. So something like this, the 235, 255, 275, going for a $3 debit. I think that's a really nice way to contain your risk, right? $3 for each spread is pretty reasonable. Sit on this for the next 14 to 21 days and see how it trades. If you can get up there and tag that old high, it should do a pretty good job of making you some money. So I hope that's helpful. You guys have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you at the next free video.